Welcome to Life L'Chaim. On today's show, we'll talk about educating our children about the Holocaust with Debbie Rahamim from News and Education. But first, we'll meet with Amanda McGee from Leah, an organization that funds Holocaust programs, right after these messages.
With us in studio is Amanda McGee. Amanda, you are Executive Director of Leah.
Right.
What is Leah?
Leah is the League for Educational Awareness of the Holocaust, and we are a not-for-profit, non-sectarian group that raises money to fund programs in the school systems and also programs throughout the country and in other countries that focus on respect and tolerance and teaching leadership skills to young adults and students to focus on why we should be concerned about hatred and bigotry and what happens when hatred and bigotry go unchecked in the world.
It is, I noticed from doing some research on your organization that it is so much bigger than the Holocaust, that it is about hate and the hate that we face on a daily basis, that our kids face, that we as different peoples face. Describe a little bit more about your mission and how you look to overcome that.
Be happy to, and again, thank you for having us here to talk about this today. The Holocaust was our founding purpose. The Florida education system put a mandate in place to teach Holocaust studies, and it was underfunded, and so Leah actually was formed to fund programs in the school system to teach the Holocaust. From that, though, we grew significantly as an organization because we realized that it's not enough just to teach the facts of the Holocaust. That's very important. You must teach the facts of the Holocaust. But it is important that we teach how the Holocaust came about to happen. What was it in place? And that allowed people to stand by and watch these horrible things happen. And it was about hatred and bigotry and not being willing to accept persons with disabilities or persons who are different or persons who were seemingly, in one's opinion, inferior or whatever. And so when that went unchecked and the value system was lost, an entire population was slaughtered. And that's happened time and time again. So Leah right now is focused on human rights, and that boils all the way down to teaching about hatred at the very earliest levels. What happens in a neighborhood or a classroom or a family or on the street when children are playing and one child hurts or does something harmful to another child? What causes that act to happen? And if that child, one by one, isn't taught how to be respectful, be compassionate, and be a more thinking person, then that person grows up and influences other people. So our mission truly is to teach, to transform individuals, to young children, middle school children, and young adults, so that we influence people to become more compassionate, more thinking, more feeling, more observant of differences, to celebrate differences, and to, in fact, pay attention to what happens when hatred and bigotry go unchecked, so that they know that if they don't stand up to stop those things, that horrible things in the world, in fact, do happen.
Those are big goals.
Those are very big goals.
How do you accomplish that? One
child at a time.
Okay.
And let me just tell you a little bit about how we do this. From the young adult perspective, let me tell you about the 10, 20, 80% rule. A person learns 10% of what they know through reading something. You learn 20% by hearing something. 80% of what you really learn comes from seeing and doing and really experiencing something. So Leah has engaged in a strategic process to fund what we consider to be transformative exercises. We participated in sending 350 people on the March of the Living, people from 23 different countries, a non-sectarian group that is transformative when people of different values, different races, different religions go together to study something like that. They become different people. We fund a trip for young teachers of all subjects to travel to the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. That's a transformative experience. We fund things in the school system that children actually do. They build quilts, make quilts, paint tiles, engage in role plays and songs and those kinds of things, so that they are actually walking through an experience that would be harmful, and how then to be the kind of person with the integrity and the soul to behave in a more meaningful, respectful way. So we're focused on specifically funding those things that are more meaningful at age-appropriate levels to help individuals learn more intuitively, more internally, what it is to not hate and to be respectful.
Do you think we're making an impact today? Do you think our youth is getting it?
I think there's a lot of confusion. I would love to be able to say that our youth in general get it, that they get the difference between right and wrong, or that they know what they should do when faced with a difficult situation. The truth is, they often don't. And let me give you an example. I was with a group of students recently, and we were talking about an incident that had happened in Washington State, where a young person, a student, had been harmed, not physically, but emotionally by somebody else, and he was angry. And he made the decision that he was going to hurt the next person that walked by. And in fact, he did stab and kill a student that happened to be walking by. That student had nothing to do with what was going on. Yet a number of other students watched that happen. In the group that I was speaking with, I said, that shocked me, because when I would have thought that everybody would have stood up to say, stop that, what are you doing? It's not okay to hurt someone like that. And this group of students said, well, you know, it's different in these days. You have to think about what was happening and what might happen to me, and what the ramifications of my stepping in might have. And so we had quite a long dialogue around that issue. And they, in fact, then said there really is moral confusion right now in the world. Countries are unsure of what to do, what is the right thing to do in cases, and certainly our young people are unsure. I'd like to say that our students get it. I think many do. I believe that everybody gets up every day and tries to do something good or to do the right thing. I don't believe that people set out to do the wrong thing. On the other hand, our world and our population, and certainly our students, are so infused with hostility and hatred and bigotry and harmful acts, from the video games they play, the music that they listen to, the things they see on the street. And right now there really isn't a group of people saying that's not okay. People handle it differently. And so I think we have to work harder and together as adults to ensure that our young people have a solid base to go from.
We'll be back with more from Amanda McGee right after these messages. We're back with Amanda McGee. Amanda is Executive Director with LEA, which is the League. Tell me
of Educational Awareness of the Holocaust.
And we were talking about hate. And I want to talk to you, ask you about how you feel the internet has affected hate or contributed, or the impact that the internet has on hate in general.
That is a fabulous question, and I would love to say that I had a golden answer, but I will give you my thoughts. I think that the internet, in general, right now we live in what I consider to be a microwave population. Everybody wants everything now. We want our meals in 30 seconds. We want to text somebody right away. If someone doesn't text you back, you get upset. So it's no longer this world where there is any patience for delay. And because of, and also because we're not teaching as assertively as I think we should, control, proper mood management things with our kids, how to work out your feelings and your moods and your anger and your frustration. We have a microwave world with a population of people who are less capable of managing their emotions on any given second. The internet, you combine those two things with the internet, which has information from everywhere. You can play violent, horrible games. You can gamble. You can talk to people you don't know anywhere in the world. You can say anything you want to say, and you're anonymous. You can be completely anonymous. And that's a dangerous combination. So I think that it does contribute. I think that our young people are likely to just put things out on the internet, on their Facebook page and on their phone tweets without thinking much about what they're actually saying. And they're certainly less capable to track it back to say, what am I actually feeling, and should I say this, and can I reframe this in a way that's more helpful? The internet is full of, as you know, predators and harmful people, as well as innocent people who are not managing their moods very well. All of this can be very dangerous for our young folks. I think that a lot of education must occur with our young people about the dangers of the internet, the kind of people that are out there, how to manage what they're seeing and the information flow. It's a lot like parents controlling cartoons and TV and whatnot when your kids are little. The internet is so full of things, it's information overload, and unfortunately, our population of people now gravitate to the dramatic, violent movies, those things, music videos, songs that are, I don't know, violent in some ways, things that are shocking, and there isn't a way to temper that. So I think that our children then begin to act and behave in ways. If it's okay to blast something on the internet, it's okay to say that in a classroom. Is it okay to hit somebody? Is it okay to kick somebody? If you can do that on a video game, it's not a far walk from that video game to the street when you do the same thing you just did on the video game. I think it all blends together, and I think that we have to have a group of our generation as well as the younger generation coming together to say, let's think about this. Let's think about the positive aspects of the internet and how we can communicate and solve problems globally, but also the dangers, so that our young people are filled with wisdom, and that hopefully they learn to navigate the world with the internet and their phones and all of the electronics that they have in a reasonable, responsible way.
Recently there was a story on the news that had a fight club in middle school, and where this would take place on a very regular basis in the bathrooms of middle schools, and 6th, 7th, and 8th graders would beat up on each other for fun. And you know what it makes me curious is the anti-hate education in their face enough to get them?
I would tell you right now, no. It's hard to compete. The anti-hate education, the character counts, the be a good upstanding person, has a tough. It's tough to follow in the footsteps of the video games and the movies and the clubs and the fight gangs that literally promote violence and horrible behavior. So I believe that the movement to teach anti-hate, anti-bigotry, respect, celebrate our differences, make reasonable, logical decisions, has to step it up in order to balance, even to come equal to everything else that's happening in the world. We have a lot of work to do, and everyone coming together, I think we can make some progress in that. But it's
So where do you want to take Leah to help in that direction?